Every day you make decisions. That's what life is, a convoluted series of decisions guiding your life down an incalculable number of permutations. Anything is possible. The American dream depends on it. Where each choice brings a temporary mystery, the effects often ambiguous until years later. Or maybe you might learn more quickly, you never know. But this begs the question, just how exactly do we make these decisions? And do we really make them? And did the universe already know that you and your
significant other
were going to break up when you first met? All this and more in today's deep dive into today's dive into the concept of free will. Is it actually us making these decisions? And what does us or me then really mean? Determinism. So there's a universal chain of events in place in our cause and effect universe in which everything that occurs can be traced back in and explained by. So just as when you kick a ball, you can be sure that it will move, when the neurons in your head fire, they will surely contribute to a cause and effect response of some kind in your actions, through your thoughts. So our minds are physical things and governed by physical laws, the chemistry within very much so of this world and explainable by science. That's why we can have brain chips and we can make monkeys play games without controllers, and we kind of get how it works. Now, a thing to consider in this is if you decide to appeal to randomness to debunk the causal chain theory, to flip a coin to make a decision, the rebuttal is that you chose to flip the coin and you choose how you react to the results. You don't have to do what it says, but you choose how to react based on determinism. There's still an explanation as to how and why you acted as you did. So still, the most interesting thing of this appeal to randomness is that the actual random outcome of the coin would affect how you would react to it. So randomness is why the past can be explained by determinism, because the post-fact probability of an event is either 0 or 1, but why the future cannot, because you don't know the outcome of the random result until it has passed. So the presence of randomness in this universe means that indeed the universe did not know that you and your
significant other
were doomed to fail. It might not have even had suspicions, because there's a lot of randomness out there, driving this crazy earth down its winding road. So now for the opposing side, libertarianism. This side claims that brains work differently than balls, which might be why some people are always saying to think with your head, and that within our brains something inexplicable happens that makes us feel compelled to act in a certain way. And this inexplicable power is the power of decision-making. The soul may be the power of free will. The evidence to support said claim is not there, but by belief, just as people, for as long as people have been people, believe in gods of various kinds. Notably, everyone thinks that their own god is the true god, and that can't be so clearly beliefs can be wrong. I'd say that having faith and believing in something means you don't actually have experience or understanding, by definition, but just an intangible confidence. But it does truly feel like we get to choose things, and realistically that is what matters. So society works a lot better if people feel they have personal responsibility, even if they don't, that's for sure. Although one would say that none of this matters. And in the event that free will does exist, your choices are likely to be a lot more productive and beneficial for the world and yourself by believing it to exist. There's no harm in believing it to exist erroneously. It's kind of like religion again in that sense. There's a whole lot of similarities. It's not really much of a downside, if any at all. The middle-of-the-road argument, called compatibilism, wagers that both sides are partially correct, and that some events are of cause and others of will. Both the determinists and the libertarians find this view illogical. I happen to agree with both of them on this, because there's no point where external factors would not be present, if they are to be present at all, debunking the determinism being flakily present theory, and the soul doesn't just dissipate and stop having the final say in the matter, debunking libertarianism being present flakily as well. So I'll leave you with this. If the determinists are right, if our decisions are not based on free will, but instead cause and effect, as science realistically shows, what makes us different than silicone-based life forms, so artificial intelligence? What makes our genetics, our personal genomes, which we can read quickly for the first time in history and clearly, any different than the code that drives AI? Are organs different from their hardware? The simple answer is, maybe how they're made, but other than that, nothing. As I see it, we have created life. Most people just don't know it yet.